Hey, my Capricorn friends. Are you ready for 2025? As we begin this new year, you're going to be influenced by the new moon in your sign on December the 30th. That energy will begin working on you and mark this as a time of amazing new beginnings. It's an ideal time to take a look at your life and be honest as well as ambitious about the future. What do you want to change? What do you want to attract more of? All of these deep questions are going to be highlighted in the month of January. But before you go deep into resolutions and making massive changes, remember Mars is opposite Pluto, and this adds a level of seriousness to the mix. Handle your challenges carefully and don't let your emotions get the best of you. Now, that's not something that Capricorn really struggles with, but this is a new chapter, a new beginning, and face it, the last few years have been a lot for Capricorn. With Venus moving into Pisces and Mars dipping back into Cancer and a full moon in Cancer on January the 13th, this is a sensitive time. And all this water energy is connected to emotions, intuition, and dreams. So this is a big theme for the month. The water element will bring up feelings that challenge you to balance your ambition and your ambitious dreams with emotional healing. Well, but why? I hear you going, Sarah, why do I need this? Why is this happening? Because you've been through some shit. Let's be honest. You've been through a lot. But now you have the time to relax and focus on yourself. You don't have to keep hustling just to keep your head above water. This is going to be a slower month and a slower year, but in a good way. And I'll explain that when we break it down by career and wealth and health. But the big takeaway at this point is a lot of the pressure, a lot of the stress, a lot of the make it or break it feelings that you've had for the last decade are gone now. You're in a much better place. What do you need to feel safe? What do you need to feel successful? This has probably changed a lot over the last decade. So pull out the journals and get busy exploring your inner world this month because you have the time. You have the luxury to relax now, Capricorn. And it may be the end of the month before you even really take in what that means. There's been so much pressure on you, well, for a decade, that you've had to put other things ahead of your health, your wellness. But that's changing now, and you can start taking care of and nurturing you. And I'm so happy for that. When we move into Aquarius season on January the 19th, you may be thinking about a very different future. You're receiving much more attention now, and invitations are appearing out of the blue. You're also feeling less tense. So relax into this next chapter, and soon you'll be blessed with new friends, bright ideas, and inspiring dreams of a better future. So, okay, let's break it down. We're going to look at employed Capricorns first. So things are a little bit slower at work for you, and you're really less bothered by work right now. And you're able to focus on the tasks that really just need to be finished, completed, so you can move on. And it's no big major stressor going on at work until about mid-month when your patience for coworkers and their childish tantrums are at an all-time low. You've pretty much had it with their theatrics, and you just can't be bothered to soothe them and listen to them and hold their hand just to get them to do their job. And honestly, you shouldn't have to do this. This is not your job responsibility. And yeah, you shouldn't have to. But if possible, avoid drama and any unnecessary conflicts with these people. But on the other hand, you also don't want to be a doormat. So stick to your boundaries and take care of your own tasks. Get your own work done and try and just avoid them. The air will clear by the end of the month, and if you can, resist the urge to scold them because all should be back on track by the end of the month. There will be some people this month who have many meltdowns because life is changing and they're just not prepared. And you're going to see that happen. Well, we're going to see it happen all year long, but we're going to see the beginning of it happening in January. But it's not your problem. And you shouldn't have to be the one that holds their hand and walks them through it because your plate is full already. If you can get through this with minimal damage, when the new moon in Aquarius hits on the 29th, it will show that you have what it takes to be a leader. All you have to do is step up now, Capricorn. That's it. You're being offered more responsibility and possibly even more pay. If you take on a new project at work, They'll probably allow you to build your own team. And being that you know a lot about your coworkers, you're going to be very careful of who you choose. And that's going to almost guarantee success. Now, this will be more responsibility, but it could be a stepping stone to increasing your skills and gaining a raise or a big promotion later in the year. So believe in yourself and step into this role if you're ready to stay with this company. If you're not, then, send out those resumes. For self-employed, gig working, and business owning Capricorns, for you, beginning this year, things will slow down a bit. December was hectic and you're ready for a slower pace. But don't worry, income is consistent. It's just you're not having to work as hard to bring that money in now. I mean, you're still diligent, you're still doing what you're supposed to be doing, but it doesn't seem like it's such a battle to get people to pay or to get, the money to come in. You're not having to really put in that much effort. So your best month for business success will be in August. So start thinking about what you can do to make the most of this time, because this year is all about strategy and the big picture and knowing when to strike. Is this something where, you start working on something now, so in August you could launch a new product, begin a podcast, or hold a retreat, or even expand your business? Big wins can set the course for the next successful stage of your business. Leveling up is quite possible this year. We see, once again, it's all about timing and strategy. You have what it takes to do this. You have the skills, you have the technology also you need to do this, to move to the next level. It's just, you're really tired from, the last decade, but you're also really tired from December. So you don't have to come up with a complete plan this month, but any steps you can take will give you direction and make it easier for you as the year goes along, because you're going to receive several different opportunities. There's going to be some collaboration offers coming, and there may be somebody who hits you with maybe even starting a business project with them. So if you do have a master plan, it will be much easier for you to know which offer to accept and which doesn't move you in the right direction. Begin brainstorming now. Oh, and around the 10th, an offer comes in or a big payday falls in your lap. This could be a much appreciated, unexpected windfall. So, way to go there. And if you are a Capricorn thinking of starting a business or taking, say, a hobby or a side hustle to the next level and making it an official business, then August would definitely be the time to launch. But don't wait. Begin setting things up quietly in the background. While you should seek advice from people that you trust, this isn't something you really need to broadcast to your family and friends, because they're not going to get it. They're caught in their own dream struggle with, the changing world and economy, and they're not going to be optimistic. And that's okay. That's their own lessons playing out. You've been there yourself, but now you are looking at the world differently and you are more optimistic. So do your research and start building so that you can launch in August. Oh, and before we dive into your wealth, let me remind you, this is my take on the energy and the astrology. If you like this type of content, why not consider subscribing or joining the community, because you get to watch videos first, different videos, and more. Okay, let's dive into your wealth sector. One of the biggest questions I receive from Capricorn is, will my money improve next year? Yeah, it will. It will improve in 2025, but it's going to take a different type of effort and a new strategy. January, we see consistent income, but about what it was last month, but with the possibility of a windfall from an unexpected offer. Pluto is now in your money sector all year, and while that can feel oppressive and scary, this is a relatively new energy with it being in your money sector. Pluto in the sector makes it important for you to approach your finances, resources, and investments in a serious way. And you may transform your connection to money and material possessions. And you've never been one to spend wildly or throw money around. So it's not about that. It's not about, this is a budget and this is how it works. Now, the lesson for you is more about what you value. You could be thinking more about experiences now, or providing for the future, or setting a legacy up for maybe your children or your grandchildren. These things may not have even been possible over the last decade, but now you're starting to see that this is a possibility, that things are changing and changing for you in a dramatic way. Looking at the future, it's important to have a plan that matches these new ideas of success. And that's going to be key in this journey. Also, a big key in financial independence is learning about investing and other ways to grow your money. The more you commit to learning and researching, the better. And this is something that's going to begin in January. You're going to start studying different types of investments and looking at other ways you can grow your finances. So it's going to be a very different year for you, but a huge improvement. When we look at your health for January, this could be a month to seek balance. Too much work and you could develop a minor health issue such as a cold or respiratory problem. And this is all about managing your stress, and you know this. Say no to overdoing it. You're feeling energetic and this could cause you to push yourself more. But make an effort to get enough sleep, eat right, up the water, and be consistent in your exercise, and everything will be fine. Protect your well-being by not overextending yourself physically or mentally, especially during the latter part of January, because you are going to be really busy then, and it would be really easy to skip a workout and forget to take your supplements and just grab some fast food. And that's okay once in a while, but when it becomes a norm, we know that that doesn't help you in the long run. So overall, you're feeling great as you begin February if you can maintain those routines. So your health is pretty stable. So let's take a look at your romantic sector. This too is changing. Mars begins the year retrograde, appearing to move backwards from January the 6th through February the 23rd. So this can bring about existing challenges in current relationships and issues you have with commitment. And you may have some struggles with someone in your life. This isn't a big surprise. You already know what's working and what isn't. And you may need to work through outdated beliefs and old baggage impacting relationships and focus on improving your connections with the people that matter. You were hurt in the past and it's left you less than trusting. And of course it would. Of course. This was devastating, but it's not fair to the current people in your life to see them through that lens. This will be an issue that you're going to work through this month. January the 13th, we have a full moon, which will highlight this, as well as your need to clear out relationship issues and improve connections across the board. And you can't go on this way. So to feel grounded and closer to your partner, to your loved ones, is something that will add another layer of safety and security, of peace and happiness to your life. If the relationship doesn't bring you any happiness and you don't think that you can get past this, then you need to be honest with your partner or your special person. Singles also are thinking about the past and how your outlook on love and commitment has changed. On January the 26th, we have a semi-square between Saturn in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius. So on the 26th, single Capricorn natives may feel a strong pull to get out and find some adventure. And on the one hand, you want to be cautious because, you're not the most trusting person, and rightly so. But on the other hand, you want to find someone now. You want someone to hang out with. You want to start a new romance, but this is making you really uncomfortable. And it highlights some of the issues you've had in the past with other romantic relationships or the lack of. You may not have had much luck with relationships over the last couple of years because so much was going on in your life and you may have felt like everything was crashing down on you. So the last thing you needed was to bring another person into that and try and deal with them. Love isn't easy for Capricorn. Or let me rephrase that. Love hasn't been easy in the past for Capricorn. But you've always cared deeply about those you love. For Capricorn in the past, you haven't been comfortable opening up to others or letting people into your life. There is a possibility that this will change as you do this deep healing work and change your views and release some outdated beliefs about yourself, about commitments, about love, about what it means to be in a partnership. It's not going to change overnight, but over the course of this year, we're going to see a lot of dynamic shifts for Capricorn. As you go through this, your ideas about yourself in the future will change as well. This is, on the one hand, a slower month. On the other hand, wow, a lot is happening. It's a lot of dynamic inner healing. Some of it you really don't have to do anything. Your subconscious is processing it. Your higher self is processing the past, and you're just giving it room to really integrate these changes. If you're struggling, you might want to talk to a trusted friend or maybe a therapist. So a lot is really happening for you beneath the surface. Overall, 2025 will be much smoother for you. There will be challenges, of course, yes, but nothing like what you have endured over the past decade. Things are much easier now, and it's almost too good to be true. I mean, it's not like you're going to find the winning lottery ticket tomorrow, but I mean, it can happen, but it's not likely. Instead, some of this pressure is easing up, and the dark cloud that's been hovering over your head is finally gone. So you're able to take a breath and look at the future in a more optimistic way. So I'm so excited for you, Capricorn. I can't wait to see what you manifest and where you go from here. Thank you so much for watching this video and being a part of the Serenity community. If you like this, let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. Take care and stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings!